In City Heights this morning, absolute terror for parents and kids after a shooting threat prompted a lockdown at Ibarra Elementary. Word quickly spread that a man with a shotgun who lived just a block away from Ibarra Elementary was making the threats to shoot the children. All the children are safe. 10 News reporter Natasha Zuvez has the new information from police about why the man's threats were empty ones. Natasha?
Yeah, that's right, Bill. And you can imagine just how frightening it was for parents here. As they dropped off their children at Ibarra Elementary, they heard that the school was going on lockdown. This after word from a neighbor that a man just a half a block away from here said he had a shotgun, mentioned kids, and the words, "I'm going to shoot." When we arrived at Ibarra Elementary, we saw parents sprinting, making sure their kids were safe after serious threats.
I gotta get my daughter, boss. Make sure she's okay.
Parents like former Marine David Valentine. Just as he was dropping off his 4-year-old daughter, he heard the school was on lockdown.
All these shootings in schools and stuff, the first thing I thought of was the safety of my child. And I wanted to go back and get her, but I had to let them do their job. But yes, I was scared. It's not a nice feeling.
Word a man with a shotgun was less than a block away. His neighbor made the call and said he was making serious threats against neighbors and children. Threats that made the SDPD and school police jump into action.
We take any threat of gun, a gun this close to campus, really serious. I mean, obviously a bullet goes a long way. So even if it's a block away from a school, we take it really, really serious, which is why we, in some instances, will evacuate kids. In some instances, we'll keep them in lockdown.
Sky 10 was overhead where police moved in quickly and arrested the man in his apartment. Meanwhile, all of the kids were gathered in the auditorium and stayed there for 30 minutes. One mother who works at the school says her son was terrified.
He told me, "Mommy, I got my heart like this, hyper, like that. I'm scared." And I said, "Don't worry, everything is going to be fine."
Luckily, everything was fine here. No injuries. All of the kids are safe and school is resuming. Now, we have a second crew out here and they just spoke with neighbors in the last 5 minutes. They say they've lived in fear for some time. We know the man was taken for a psych evaluation. We also know that when police searched his home, they did not find any weapons inside. Live in City Heights, I'm Natasha Zuvez, 10 News.